about scary shit that happened and what we're doing about it, because I think that's our focus getting to Flight 6, like as Mark talked about, really trying to focus on booster risk reduction versus ship envelope expansion. So kind of in chronological order on the landing burn, we had a misconfigured spin gas support that didn't have quite the right ramp up time for bringing up spin pressure. And we were 1 second away from that tripping and telling the rocket to abort and try to crash into the ground next to the tower instead of the tower. So a healthy rocket, erroneously tell a healthy rocket to not try to catch. And we knew we had a whole bunch of new aborts and commit criteria that we tried to double check really well, but I think our concern was well placed, and one of these came very close to biting us.
This was one of the reasons we were thinking about delaying the launch.
If we delay one day, we would go check things some more.
Not saying we would have found.
I don't know if we would have found this one, but just to...
We were scared about it before launch, I think, as a takeaway.
Well, we were scared about the fact that we had 100 aborts that were not super trivial, but ultra well grounded, and we didn't do as good of a review as we did for pre-flight 1 liftoff, when we were in a similar risk posture. We've spent a buttload of time as a leadership team going through every last detail, really arguing it multiple times.
It's really nice to have the flight data now. We had a review yesterday, everybody going through the 100 aborts versus flight data and what we need to change on them, but just to ground your mental model and where we were.
Just to this is also the reason. This is what is driving fundamentally the Flight 6 schedule. We're we're not taking as much time as we might ideally want to have a very luxurious, really study everything, but given this is the first launch in a long time that we've not, really ever, that we've not been FAA driven, so we are trying to go do a reasonable balance of speed and risk mitigation on the booster specifically.
Okay. We had right at Transonic, which is just before engine startup, one of the chine covers ripped off, which is something we were worried about these spot weld margins on chine skin before flight. We wouldn't have predicted the exact right place, but this cover that ripped off was right on top of a bunch of the single point failure valves that must work during the landing burn. So thankfully none of those or the harnessing got damaged, but we ripped this chine cover off over some really critical equipment right as landing burn was starting. We have a plan to address that. There are a bunch of, it seems like the plume during landing burn kind of coming back